What's up, guys? Welcome back to Inside College Sports. I'm here with my man Henry Hughes.
Cam,
How you doing, man?
I'm all good, man. How about you?
I'm doing well, man. Henry's part of the club soccer team here at Penn State. So, Henry, how's your week, man?
Good, man. Everything's good.
You had a busy week?
Yeah, pretty busy. I mean, classwork, etc. Like personal goals, and yeah. But other than that, man, I'm good.
What major are you?
I'm a business major. So I haven't declared yet. Obviously, since I'm a freshman, and likely to go down finance route.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you got to balance that and playing club soccer. Can you want to speak more about that?
Yeah, actually. So that was a great challenge for me. Definitely my first semester. I mean, come up here, adjusting to the college life, and obviously playing club soccer. We train 4 times a week, an hour and a half session, and I usually like to get in the gym as well. So I try to keep like gym, club soccer, classes. But really, if you apply yourself, you really focus on your classes and what you want to get out of the day, you'll be able to manage your time and be successful on the pitch and off the pitch in the classroom.
Do you guys have a season coming up soon? What's it looking like right now for club soccer?
So basically in the spring, we don't have an actual season. As of now, we have a tournament in the books for end of March. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Up at JMU, I got a couple of my boys up at JMU.
No way.
So, yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh, no way. I'm from Virginia, so
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah,
familiar
okay.
with JMU.
Yeah, Harrisonburg.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, There we go.
Have you been there many times? Or?
You know what? I actually went to visit JMU. It was definitely one of my options I was considering when applying to college. But yeah, no. How about you though? Like, were you thinking about JMU?
No,
Definitely?
JMU was on the list along with VT and like a bunch of Virginia schools. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Penn State was one of the out-of-state choices that like I had no idea I was gonna end up here, and I'm honestly blessed and thankful for it. So it honestly turned out well. But did you try playing soccer at JMU or?
See, that's a good question. Really that was always a question I was like going through my mind and stuff like, do I want to play in college? Do I not? And for the most part, for me, this could be like completely a different story. But my junior year, my growth as a player spiked, man. It developed so hard. I was able to put a lot of work in during the coronavirus pandemic. A lot of times just to focus on myself. And it was really then I started thinking like maybe I could play in college. In my senior year in high school, I was playing really well. I was consistent, but it all really came down to it was in the district quarterfinals. I rolled my ankle, and it was sprained, and it was tough. I mean, I was able to come back and play the rest of the state playoffs, but it was still I wasn't back to 100%. I was playing well enough, but definitely not my best, and I had to recover. I think at that point I realized I came to a decision that I wasn't gonna go for a Division I.
If you could, like, is it still in the mix of like, do you want to play D1 at all? Because you're a freshman, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you're only in your first year. Is there any like idea of transferring, maybe playing D1 or even trying to walk on here?
Not really. I think I see myself becoming an entrepreneur one day. Really just going off and doing my own thing, and I don't think I see like Division I. Like, I think it'd be a great experience. Don't get me wrong. Being a Division I athlete, the grind. It's not obviously all sunshine and rainbows, but like the grind and the experience of it, it's definitely invaluable. But I think for me, I need to focus on developing skills as a professional and in business. I think that's the future for me.
You were just speaking about the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, I gotta ask you a question. Like, do you think there's a delusion with like people thinking that club soccer is easy, you just join and then you can just have fun with the boys? Do you think there's that delusion of that?
See that's when I was like coming and applying to school, for me, I think like in high school, like you're coming up to college. Like you're thinking, I could go play club. It's not that big of a deal. Like that's what I was thinking. And I remember I was talking with an advisor who was helping me. Like he's like asked me, hey, do you want to play sports in college? I said, I'll just play club. And she said, like these guys like are like pretty much good enough to play D1. I'm like, oh, okay. But so I came up here and I was like, I'll just give it a go. I'll see what it's about. And holy shit. I mean, like, I remember the second day. The first day, you had, like, a lot of the players, probably some, like, who kind of just showed up, like, showing up in sneakers, like, these shoes, yeah. But the second day, the quality rose so much, and it only got better and better. But it was really fun, man, to play, because there are so many good players I know, obviously, like, that play in the IM. Like, dude, literally, every week, y'all.
No, I gotta speak about this. I go to the IM at least, I try to go 3 to 4 times a week. One time, I pull up with this dude, and this dude, I play with him on Saturday, and then I pull up on, like, Tuesday, Thursday, just to play with my friends. Guess what? 10 of the players are all club players. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fun, it's club. Man, can I tell you, bro, I went through an entire workout with you guys, like, I also came with that delusion, like, okay, club soccer players, like, okay, it's a club soccer, like, I can play club soccer, nah, man, nah. I had to run back and forth for, like, an hour straight. Let me tell you, this is the first time ever playing pickup, I felt like I was in a workout, like, any bad touch you make, you're screwed. Any bad pass you make, you're screwed. You gotta be precise with these guys, and I'm just super shocked of, like, wow, the level of skill that you guys play with is insane. I mean, you have a teammate who just walked on, correct?
Yeah, Kyle. Hey, big ups to you, man. That's crazy.
No, yeah, because I played with Kyle as well. Kyle played outside wing.
You see, he plays on. He's a striker though.
He's a striker.
Yeah, he's a striker.
Well, I guess he just
11v11. It's different though, like the short side and stuff.
The fact that he's at the IM, just having fun, but still playing at a high level, that means something. I mean, I can't say the same because I have to bust my butt off just to keep up with you guys. So, I mean, what would you say are like your trainings? Like, what do you guys do there?
So in training, it's pretty organized actually. I was surprised actually as to how organized it was, considering we don't have a coach. But I mean, shout out to Ryan Alt, the president, and Cole Verico, who was the vice president last year, going to be president. He would run the trainings. So we start up with the warm up, do like a jog around the pitch, do like dynamic warm up, and then we'd go straight into some touch work. So Cole would set up cones. We'd go through like some passing patterns, passing drills. Then we move into working on possession. So we do a possession game. And there are so many different variations. Just like keep away, like you'll have 3 teams, like one in the middle, stuff like that. And then our biggest issue last year was finishing. So which is kind of fun, at least in training. Because in training, everyone loves shooting. I mean, everyone wants to shoot, especially me as a center back. I mean, hey, sometimes whenever I'm practicing finishing or I'm playing the IM, people say, well, that's why you're a center back. But, man, I love to shoot, bro. It's like everyone loves to shoot. Dude. So we do that, and then we move into playing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because, listen, I played travel soccer all my life. Like, since 2010, I played travel soccer all the way till the end of college. And listen, there were times where I hated warm-ups. I just wanted to go out there, stretch, and just go and just shoot the ball and have fun with the boys, and then just go into the game. But nah, you'll realize when you're older, shooting as like a warm-up will not take you anywhere. You need to activate so many muscles. It's like incredible. And like that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
And finishing is huge. Like I was a part of many teams too. And you can have the most technical players, you can have the most fastest players, the best defense, best goalkeeper, everything. But if you don't have that 9 or if you don't have any goals going forward and you're a defensive team, let me tell you, it's going to be hard to win.
100%.
How did you guys do in the fall?
In the fall, we did really well. I mean, we went unbeaten in the regular season. But regionals was a bit of a different story. I mean, we struggled up there. We went up and played against Syracuse and Georgetown. I think Georgetown went up to win the whole thing. We lost to them. First two games lost. We're out of the tournament. Play against Cornell next day, win 3-0. So at least it was a good ending, but obviously you go up like you're trying to win the whole thing, man. So it's disappointing, but all you can do is look forward, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Just take that experience and look forward.
Are you so you said you play center back? Are you more of a sweeper or a stopper?
It's more like I'd say it depends. Obviously, I feel like nowadays when you play with like a flat back 4, it's pretty situational. Obviously, like who steps, who provides cover. And usually I guess I like in terms of like that question, I prefer to like cover and stuff because I love like I love trying to read the game, and if somebody passes like a ball, it's like a 50-50 ball. Man, as a center back, everyone loves going to ground and those crunchy tackles, especially when it's wet out.
Dude,
man.
slide tackles.
Yeah, man.
The satisfaction you get after you run and you just slide tackle and you win the ball, man.
And whenever you take them out, bro.
The shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
when the ball's rolling to the side and you body them off the ball, man, you just feel like an alpha there, man. Like
yeah, bro. It's that physical play, especially as a center back. You love
for those who don't know, a sweeper and stopper is so normally most soccer teams have 4 back line. They have 2 outside backs, 2 center backs, and the stopper is normally in front of the sweeper. And what his job is to do is to like stop the play and like if the players try playing the ball in the middle, stop it. If the ball comes over the top, his job is to head it. But if he fails at his job, the sweeper is there to be as like his safety and swipe to the sides. So the goalkeeper's just protected, and that's why I was curious because I played with this guy, and let me tell you, his speed is just crazy. Like I'm normally good at covering guys, like staying with my man, but this guy just full on sprints, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He's just out of here, like.
Appreciate you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to work. I feel like that's an area of game I'm trying to take to another level, but yeah.
No way. There's no way. Yeah. Another level, man. This guy, let me tell you, he just. Like, he's one of the fastest players I've ever played with, and that says a lot for playing a while. So, running that fast, man, look, that's a humble mentality, but, dude, your speed's just insane.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah,
yes,
appreciate
sir.
that.
How about, is there any other fields you want to, heavily improve on? Especially as a center back, maybe.
Yeah, as a center back, so I think one of the areas of my game the better areas of my game has always been strength. That's been good. Obviously, I stay in the gym. I'm trying to... So, after my senior season, everyone, most people just stop playing. They get into bodybuilding and stuff like that. I had to stop doing that because I realized, whenever I play, I run for 15 minutes, I'm gassed, bro. I'm trying to just get out of there. But, so that's definitely, fitness and match fitness, endurance. That's an area I'm trying to work on. Probably always trying to improve passing, especially as a center back. You need to be able to have a good passing range because, especially the way we like to play a possession based game, and pretty much any position you play.
You have to
pass. You have to be technical. You have to have a good passing range, especially as a center back, because it's crucial whenever you play out the back as a center back. So you need to make the right decisions.
Dude, I can 100% relate to that. I mean, like I said, I've been part of so many systems. My favorite system was a technical one, which was my first year of high school. And we would just, like I said, keep possession, tiki-taka, play long balls. And let me tell you, we won the league. We finished second the next year. It's so fun. And then later in my career, I was just part of a team where it's kick and run. You kick the ball and defend.
Yeah.
And look, we won games. We tied a lot. But listen, it's not fun at all. And like you said, you speaking about playing in the back. All my life I've always played a 6 center midfielder, and because of that I was so good at technical, being humble. I could play the ball long. Yeah, I'm the guy who's known for playing through balls. And my coach saw that, and he was like, listen, you're going to play center back my senior year. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because, let me tell you, I'm good at passing, but defense, I'm god-awful.
Yeah.
I'm good at, I can mark the guy, but if it's, winning tackles, slide tackling, man, let me say, I'm not that. So, but as a center back, the vision is just so phenomenal.
100%.
You can see the whole field. Because as a 6, you have to worry about, okay, someone behind me. If someone's behind you, you're screwed. But if you're, as a center back, you see all the defense, and, you can just get the ball. And you can also see the wingers, the strikers, even pass it to the midfielders. Dude, it's just phenomenal playing center back.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Did you always play center back all your life?
Pretty much. Not really, actually,
No.
It's whenever I was younger, see, that's the thing, I talked about, my growth my junior year. It took a lot to get to there, because usually, I was always one of, not one of the worst players, I'd say, on my team, especially. So, they put me, at right mid or something, so I'd probably do, the least damage or stuff like that. And so... that happened, especially like I remember I tried out as a center back my freshman year of high school because I think for club I started playing there. I think I realized like wow, I play well in this position. I think this works for me. So I tried out for there. I made the team. First junior varsity. He slots me in that right mid. I'm like, what the like what's going on? But yeah, so. But after that, like after I started playing center back more, I realized, okay, I'm good in this position. I'd start playing as a number 6 as well during club, my sophomore year. I love that, man. Playing as the number 6. I mean, because like especially it depends on the system. If you're a single pivot, it's like you're the guy like they're playing through. It's always nice. You get a lot of the ball.
It's always about adapting to like new positions, right? Because I can 100% relate to that. Like I told you, I played 6 all my life. Then my senior year, I'm like, okay, I'm going to play 6 again. Coach says, no, you're playing center back. But then when the center back was like, okay, I played balls all the time, but like the defense wasn't really there where I wanted it. Mm-hmm. So the randomest thing that coach did was he put me at left wing. It's like, bro, I cannot run. I cannot run. Yeah. Why are you playing me at left wing? I'm not Neymar. I do not dribble. First of all, I'm not a dribbler.
You always got the Neymar kid on.
Neymar's my idol, but I'm not him. Yeah. But I'm not good at dribbling. My speed is like, I wanted to say I'm not that good at speed because I'm more of a center guy who likes playing the ball out. Because I'm not going to take you on one-on-one. So I was like, why did you play me left wing? And guess what? That was the greatest decision of my life. Really? Because, like I said, I play long balls, right? As a left winger and I'm a righty, I can cross it in. I can cut. And you can cut in. And I love shooting. Yep. I love shooting. Adapting to new positions sometimes are a good thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's especially as, like, that's nice for you as a winger, especially playing on the left. Like, you get to cut in and shoot. You see, so many people are doing that nowadays, especially because of the modern rule of the fullback. Obviously, they're the one providing the width in the attack. But well, for most, like for example, like for someone like Man City, it's like they play with more narrow wingers. Yeah. The fullbacks join the attack, provide the width. So yeah, no, that's sick though. I'm glad that worked out for you. It could have been. Yeah, I was gonna say because I'm like it's always the winger. It's always like because we play like 4-4-2. It's always like the outside midfielders.
4-4-2 is a rough formation.
Yeah.
So for you guys, if you don't know, 4-4-2 is 2 center backs, 2 wing backs, or like 2 outside backs, 2 center defensive mids, or like center mids, 2 outside mids, and 2 strikers. I say it's super risky because if you don't have enough people in the middle, they'll just be passing all day around with you. So, have you always played 4-4-2 your life? Or
No. So, that was for high school. That was my freshman year. Usually, like our high school, whenever I came into the scene, my freshman year, our high school team, it was good, and obviously I knew some really good players whenever I was a freshman, but like we would make it to like at best like the second round of the district playoffs, so we weren't too good, and our coach liked to play defensive, especially in the big games. But my class, the class I was in, we were really good. We had a lot of chemistry, all really good players, so we adapted to a 4-3-3, more of a possession-based style. And my club coach, Bobby Vossmeyer, I love him. Big shout out to Bobby. I hope one day you watch this. But he's Dutch, so he loves to play possession.
The Dutch coaches go crazy.
So we played 4-3-3. He played 4-4-2 sometimes because not always we had like the best players and we would be going up. So we needed to if we wanted to like get something out of the game, we wanted to play more condensed 4-4-2, more defensive. Yeah, so
gotcha. I mean, no, you're speaking about the Dutch coaches. I've been coached mainly by American coaches, sometimes Latino coaches.
Okay.
But one time I went to train with my friend Zion. He plays at Virginia Tech.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Man, that guy, the coach Hans, he worked us. Like,
yeah, bro.
He changes he taught me new skill moves I never knew I could unlock. He taught me how to be perfection. Like you can't screw up. He made that mentality happen.
It's always simple. That's the thing. That's what my coach. I'm interested to hear what it was for you. But it's like my coach Bobby. He was always like simple. Like play it simple.
Yes. No. Simple. Yeah. I've always lived by that rule. Yeah. I'm not that type of dude to blast. I love possession. Like I said, I'm very technical. So you want to move the ball around. Yeah. Like you don't want to just go and chase it. Like that was what my past 3 years in high school were like. But No, man, that's what I'm saying. I think the Dutch coaches are phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%. Man.
So let's get back to your club soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me like, what do you do for like food and stuff? Like, because as a soccer player, there's a lot of things you can do. There's like, you can eat a lot of carbs because you run a lot. You can eat a lot of protein because you want to build muscle. Like, what do you do?
For me, so for club soccer, it's like you get together, you train. Other than that, like whereas in D1 you have a nutrition program, stuff like that. Like
okay.
It's like it's like club soccer. You got a lot of freedom. You just play, like you train and compete at a competitive level. But for me personally, I always try to focus on the protein intake.
Yes,
So like a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Just that's like that's ingrained into anybody's head who's ever tried to build muscle or really level up their athletic performance. So
you heard that?
Yeah, yeah. Gram per pound of body weight. There are a lot of like different stuff on that, like a gram per 80% of your body weight, stuff like that. But general, like around that ballpark.
Would you say the club soccer players on the team right now? Would you say they're just as good as the D1 players, or are they like? How would you describe the difference in like the game? Like, like don't cut out the grind, cut out all that.
Yeah.
I want to know what is their difference when you like if it's like you guys versus them. What do you notice? Like, what would be the biggest thing?
Okay, so I can't really say much about like the players here at Penn State, but I've played against players who are playing Division I right now, and I'd say, especially some of the upperclassmen on here, they're much better. Like, that's no disrespect to the players who are playing D1 that I played against, but maybe not much better, but they're better. Yeah, in my opinion, I think that's because they have experience, and a lot of them could have played at the Division I level. I mean, something went wrong. Either they didn't want to, or they got hurt. That's another thing. But yeah, they got hurt, but they're so talented, and I think it's really the biggest like difference, I'd say.
Like, would you say like it's a technical thing, a speed thing? Like, because let me tell you, what I picked up from being a casual travel player to a club, first thing I noticed was speed. All of you guys can just run back and forth, stamina, technicality. It's no matter what level of soccer, you need to be able to pass the ball and shoot. Like, that comes with this thing. But the speed and the strength, like, I just picked that up. So that's why I was like curious, like, what is it like as a D1 player? Because like I said, I played with D1 players too. Like I told you, my friend Zion, he's a freshman. He's starting left back for Virginia Tech. So,
wow, as a freshman.
Freshman, he worked
ACC as well. That's like for soccer. That's ACC is that's the conference.
One thing I picked up on him compared to me. Oh well, he's miles better than me, but it's like the strength and the speed. It's like he can run from each field. Like it's crazy. So that's like.
And definitely awareness. Like that's because that's the thing. Like technically, like for example, I think we could take like Premier League and MLS for example. Technically, those players are probably all really similar. I mean, but the difference is up here. I think your football soccer IQ, especially me. I think that's a lot. Actually, one of the things that definitely separates like the upperclassmen from me, especially. I mean, they make those decisions a lot quicker, and obviously that comes with time, experience, and studying the game. So. That's definitely, I mean, up here, having a good IQ, having good awareness of the field, that's decision making.
Decision making.
I think that's the biggest thing that separates a college player from a casual, a Premier League player from MLS. Yeah.
No, it's all like, it's not spoken enough about mindset. I mean, you talk about mindset like for on the field, you gotta talk about another game where it's your mindset going into the game. You gotta be confident, because if you're nervous and one bad touch, you can literally show how nervous you are. Like that's not spoken about either. But yeah, I mean, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I didn't even think about that until you brought it up. Another thing was, are you more of a morning training guy or a nighttime training guy?
Yeah, definitely morning.
We're talking about mentality. Like, man, if I had a long day grinding and I just go at night, I'll be like exhausted. But morning, man, it's just like a fresh mind. You feel like a pro. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And also, there's a controversy. Do you eat before you play?
Oh,
like,
no. I don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, because my dad would always be like, yo, eat a banana, eat a bar before you play. I'm like, Dad, I'm going to feel like crap if I go out there on the field and eat. Like, some people need it. Some people do need it, because if you play on an empty stomach, you're going to have cramps. So, that's why I was curious. Like, do you...
Yeah, no, that is true. Definitely, I think a banana maybe like an hour before you play is good for the most part. I think what usually, if you look up like advice from a professional nutritionist or something, they'll say eat your meal 4 to 5 hours before you play.
Yeah.
Have a snack like 2 to 3 hours before you play, but like right before you play, dude. That's the thing. I know so many players, especially in high school, who are really good. They'll eat a whole Chipotle burrito.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they go ball, bro.
Dude, I've seen firsthand dudes pull up with eating like McDonald's and like a Sprite before the game, and somehow they just ball out. I'm like, how? Like, what am I missing?
Yeah.
Like, that part is crazy. Like, I don't think it's spoken enough either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So what would you say like advices to people who want to like do club soccer?
I think, well, if you really want to play club soccer, you have to train. I mean, let's say you were in my position, you're a senior, you like just finished your senior high school season, you're thinking about like, I want to play club soccer. It's good because let's say like you want to get a job. I mean, it's something you want to get involved. It's something you'll have on your resume or something, which will look good. And then, but I mean, you gotta just at least keep training. Like if you're playing at a competitive level, just like say to your team, I mean, like, hey, is it okay if I like come back for training sessions? Just take your fitness seriously. Just keep trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and I think you should be able to at least like make it really far in a tryout. And I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, I know a lot of people, obviously, like I said, at the IM around here that aren't on the team, but are probably at the level like to play. I think if they come back try out again, I mean, they keep training.
Did you try out, I'm assuming, last semester?
Yeah, last semester.
So, like, one of the things that a lot of people in trials struggle with is confidence and, like, their mindset. What would you say, like, how would you say that, like, you controlled that? Like, because everyone's a nerd. They want to impress all the players, you guys don't have a coach, right?
No, we don't.
It's a player, no, exactly. So you want to impress the players. So, let's talk about that. There's one way to impress a coach, but then there's another way to impress the players. What would you say, like, two different things? Because, say, look at this. Like, coaches, they like leadership, they like everything, but players like something else. I want you to speak a little bit about that. Yeah,
so I would definitely, if I ever come back on this podcast again next year, because I will have that chance to evaluate players myself, but I'd say definitely, like, keeping it simple, like, minimizing errors, because that's usually, I mean, like, because especially when you're on a full-size pitch playing 11v11, especially as a defender or something, if you make an error, you put your team in a really bad position. So, I mean, it's definitely that. And always just, like, communicating, I think, like, being a good person, stuff like that. But I think for me personally is, I'd say just don't overthink that. I mean, don't overthink, like, evaluating. Just... For me, always the focus was going out, playing a good game, playing my best, and I don't control what the players think about me. Whoever's evaluating is thinking about me. I'm just gonna go out, do my thing. I'm a ball, have fun. That's the mindset. And I think if you think like that, you just see things for what they really are. Then I think having that mentality, you'll discard so much anxiety from within. And you'll just be able to, like, play free. Yeah, play free. I like that.
Play free.
Play free.
Hey, that's how we end it here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on the show.
100%, bro.